apparently there's a heat wave coming here soon. I guess we're all gonna expect to be able to cook eggs right on the sidewalks, huh? I know in some places in the world it's already like that, so for us it's like, hey, what is this? I know a lot of people always complain about the colder weather here, but I always find the colder weather is easier to deal with. It's easier to stay warm than cool, in my opinion. Some of you are saying you like that building reflection shot. I actually had more of that. It's one of those things that was unexpected too. I was like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. So as you went back, the light actually got brighter, but I couldn't go too back, because if I went too back, then technically I would have went right into the road, which obviously you shouldn't do. And tomorrow apparently is the first day of that Transport Canada meeting, huh? I guess like in Calgary. I'm kind of interested if anyone's attending it. Let me know how it turned out. What kind of questions were asked? How did they react to it? It'll be kind of interesting, I guess, for everyone else that has the meeting later on. Like, maybe it might be better to ask like different questions and overlapping ones. I know the one here is not going to happen until a while anyways, like another month almost. Yeah, well, that story about using recreational drones for a professional field, I actually wonder for people like a police officer. What would happen if a police officer flies it for fun? He has his own personal drone and he could use it like in a good way. Would he actually be allowed to do it, or no? Would it be the same thing? He'd be treated just like as a regular civilian. I did read two interesting things about drones. One of them actually would kind of actually relate, I guess, with those meetings here in Canada in some ways, although it's not exactly the same. It just deals with the importance of, I guess, transparent information. But the first interesting thing I read was this thing from China where they were showing off these drones apparently. And apparently some of these drones, they can like kamikaze themselves. Man, the pictures kind of look crazy too. And I was just thinking, this is actually what people think of when they think of drones, military stuff. Things are really huge, really dangerous. I don't know, it's just one of those things like people just have to realize in general it's just a tech. I mean, everyone uses it in a different way. I mean, I wouldn't say like anything that rides in the ground is dangerous, otherwise you'd be comparing like, I don't know, what is it, like a tank to a car or something like that? Like, not everyone's driving a tank on the road, for example, just because it rides on the surface level. The other thing it makes me think too is because even here in Canada we had all that news about the military here investing like billions trying to buy drones from everywhere else. I mean, I guess you can see here from the other countries, if they embrace the tech even from, I guess, like a standard general point of view, then I guess they evolve a lot faster. So the thing I read about drones and information was kind of interesting because it talked about how like in the UK they had all that proposed regulations and stuff like that to make people register, do tests or whatever. And basically they were called upon to say, hey, release your data like publicly, transparently. How did you do these tests? Give them the specifications so everyone can kind of, I guess, scrutinize it in a transparent way. But apparently it says the UK government won't release it due to security concerns. To my understanding, I guess by releasing details of the exact weight of, I guess, whatever they use, it'll give, I guess, like a criminal the idea of, oh, so I need a drone of this size or whatever, and I can use it for, I don't know, deadly reasons. So because of that, they don't want to release the data. Even I must say that's really awkward if you're not going to release like crash data like that for the public to analyze, because again, if they're coming up with laws to say like, hey, this is the safe recommendation because of this test, and I would imagine you should release that stuff publicly. Unless I'm mistaken in terms of these reports, because I'm not in the UK, but yeah, that is a little weird if they have all this data and are not willing to release it. Actually made me wonder if there's anything like that in Canada, like in regards to the drones, where somebody wanted information just to show like, hey, this data is flawed, like whether it be all those near misses and all that, but then people say like, no, I'm not going to show you that data, because I think it's important anyways if they're trying to engage the public into talking about like drones, danger, safety and all that, to make something that's fair for everybody. Man, these leaves on these trees always look so different to me. I've actually never captured that on the drone before. I'm gonna have to do that one day, because I'm usually used to seeing leaves that look like this instead. Any experts know the difference? Alright, I thought I'd get some flight tests or practice a little earlier today, because I'm gonna be swamped later on. Oh, looks like maybe I'll be able to try some more challenging flight tests again today. was basically trying something a little bit more daring, trying to get a little closer and a little closer, and this time I actually tried to fly backwards. I know that's always the danger with drones like this going backwards because there's no sensors in the back, at least for the one here. So yeah, you just always have to pay attention, and as usual, practice makes perfect. I noticed during the flight too, because of the weather, the battery is getting really hot really fast. Makes me wonder if it's actually good to fly during like really hot weathers. What's worse, flying it in the extreme cold or in the extreme heat?
What are we trying to lose, Ben? I want to try to lose.
Okay, we're being invaded by the San Jose police apparently. Anyways, see you guys later.